Hi. Lately, well, I would say last 2 weeks, um, I think the universe has been trying to ask me to soften, slow down a little bit. I think it's asking us all to soften and slow down a little bit. But I can say that for sure for myself. And I think what's been coming up for me is that reoccurring, I don't know, health things that come up. And I think something that we could all reflect on, but I'll share my story, is that why in a certain area, so for me it's like the lower back, I have a strong back, I have strong, like my core is strong, but yet there's still a sensitivity there. And having a discussion with a friend of mine, and it's really nice and healthy if you feel safe and comfortable enough, like someone you can just open up and just free flow conversation of what's going on. Sometimes you just need to talk things out, to just to talk it out. You don't need to have like answers or feedback. You could even say, I'm just sharing, but please just listen. So maybe you're just going to listen to me. Maybe it'll resonate. So even now as we speak, so I have to now remind myself to soften. And lately I have been teaching, and I guess subconsciously, like not even realizing it, that obviously I needed more for myself, or I do need it for myself, is the softening of the breath, of letting go. And when we are, I mean, I can say for myself, like I tense more than I realize. I think it's a protection coping mechanism to tense my core. But when I do that, I'm not giving myself a break to open up completely, to soften. Energetically, any area which I teach on, if we block ourselves, then we're blocking the energy flow. And I know that when I'm dancing, listening to music, or even when I'm teaching in a certain style of practice I'm doing and I'm flowing, I can feel the channels open up all the way down to my root, my base, sacral, and then sacral, and all the way, and I can feel it coming through. It's tingling. And then my back starts to hurt. And I get nervous because then I go, how am I going to teach? I said, well, what's up with that? And it's taking a while for it to get a little better. I'm resting. And I said, oh my gosh, just realized this is a very old, since I've been a child, a mechanism that I tighten to feel secure. And I have to start thinking to soften. So I talk about being mindful, and so I think there's stages we go through. So mindfully, I experience like senses around me, my body. I can see like breathing. I can mindfully breathe and keep that. So this area here feels pretty open. But when I get down to my root, base, sacral energy, hip flexors, those are old wounds, and I know where they're from. And without even realizing it, now I am realizing it, so that's great. Like once you start to realize something, you can do something about it. Once you're aware of it, I don't constantly like tightening the muscles. So my practice is, and it's going to take time, because we all have this our body memory, And that's why, like, when people talk about reoccurring illnesses, people have digestive issues, migraines. It can go, depending where we hold it. We are not letting go. We are scared. This is fear-based. And we are holding on to something that used to help us way back many, many, many years ago. But it doesn't serve us anymore. And whatever messages that we get, and then we end up just getting sick and we can't do the things we love to do, it is trying to show us, if we're paying attention, what we need to release. And easier said than done, of course. Definitely easier said than done. But it definitely is possible. It just takes moment by moment, and it won't be perfect. So for me, even now, like, if I notice, can I soften into the belly, into the pelvic area, keep myself full, rounded belly, openness. Can I do that? I think I can, and I'm going to practice it. Which part of you tenses, tightens up? You could start with that. You could start with noticing where you tense up. And then, very simply, just kind of breathe out. And see, when you breathe out, just for that moment, to soften in that area, even if there's pain. Can you see that when you breathe and relax just for a moment, that pain subsides, or you open up? I can sense, when I do it, that something's going to, I feel a little insecure. I do, because I'm not used to it. So this is a new experience. And the older we get, and then maybe it could be an age thing. It could be an age thing where we just start to realize what we need to do if we want to. Letting go of our fears. They come up all the time. They're a coping mechanism. And that's okay. They don't have to stay with us. And I'm choosing to be aware, to love that part of me that still reacts to how I protect myself, and see how it'll change. I know that I'm going to be applying that in my teachings, and I already have been, but I'm going to be more aware of it for myself. My practices might get softer as well. It's so interesting how there's been such a demand on intensity, showing how strong we are. And I like it too. I like, the body strength, and I think this is important. But to feel open and vulnerable, and to see what it's like, even if we're not used to it. We don't have to do it around people or talk about it all the time with everyone. It's just like an experience for ourselves. But I think that for now, for myself, it's my time to try something different. or continue my journey. I will be doing forever. So just thought I'd share that with you. Thank you.